Have you ever agreed to something and later wondered, why did I say yes? Have you ever felt guilty without knowing why? Or trusted someone even when your gut said no? What if I told you there are psychological techniques being used every single day in relationships, workplaces, sales rooms, politics that quietly influence your thoughts, emotions, and decisions? This is not conspiracy theory. This is psychology. And today, we're exposing 7 dark psychology mind control tricks that nobody talks about, and more importantly, how you can protect yourself from them. Let's begin. Trick number 1, gaslighting, rewriting your reality. Gaslighting is one of the most dangerous psychological manipulation tactics. It works like this. The manipulator makes you doubt your own memory, perception, or sanity. Examples: that never happened. You're too sensitive. You're imagining things. You always overreact. Over time, the victim starts questioning themselves. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm crazy. And once someone doubts their own perception of reality, they become easier to control. Why it works. Humans rely on social feedback to confirm reality. When someone consistently denies your experiences, your brain tries to reduce cognitive dissonance, so you adjust your memory instead. Red flags. You constantly apologize. You feel confused after conversations. You replay arguments in your head. You feel like you're walking on eggshells. How to protect yourself. Keep written records of important events. Trust patterns, not words. Talk to a neutral third party. Remember, disagreement is normal. Reality distortion is not. Trick number 2, love bombing, emotional overload. Love bombing feels amazing at first. It looks like excessive compliments, constant texting, intense declarations of love, fast emotional attachment. You're my soulmate. I've never felt this way before. We're meant to be. The goal? Create emotional dependency fast. Why it works? Our brains release dopamine and oxytocin during intense affection. It creates bonding. When someone overwhelms you with attention, your brain links them to pleasure and safety. Then suddenly, they withdraw, and now you chase them. This creates a trauma bond. Warning signs. The relationship moves too fast. Intensity feels addictive. They become cold after you get attached. Protection strategy. Slow down emotional pacing. Be cautious of too perfect. Healthy love builds gradually, not explosively. Trick number 3, fear-based control. Fear is the fastest way to control behavior. Threats don't have to be loud. They can be subtle. If you leave, you'll regret it. No one else will love you. You'll fail without me. Fear activates the survival brain. When the brain is in survival mode, logic decreases, emotional reasoning increases, dependence grows. Why it works? The amygdala, fear center, overrides rational thinking. When people feel unsafe, they cling to the nearest perceived stability, even if that stability is toxic. Protection strategy. Ask yourself, is this fear based on facts or manipulation? Who benefits from me being afraid? Healthy relationships don't rely on fear to keep you. Trick number 4, guilt tripping. Guilt is powerful because most people want to be good. Manipulators use phrases like, after everything I've done for you, I guess I just care more than you do. Wow, I didn't expect this from you. The goal, make you feel selfish for having boundaries. Why it works? Humans are wired for social belonging. Rejection feels like danger. So when someone suggests, you're hurting me, you're disappointing me, your brain tries to fix it, even if you did nothing wrong. Protection strategy. Ask if you actually did something wrong, or is someone uncomfortable with my boundary. You are allowed to say no without feeling guilty. Trick number 5, isolation. Control becomes easier when you remove outside influence. Subtle isolation looks like your friends are toxic, your family doesn't understand you like I do, you don't need anyone else. Slowly, your world becomes smaller, and the manipulator becomes your only validation source. Why it works? When alternative perspectives disappear, the manipulator becomes your only reality reference. Isolation increases emotional dependency. Warning signs: you see friends less, you hide relationship problems, you feel alone but attached. Protection strategy: maintain independent relationships, stay socially connected. Isolation is a major red flag. Trick number 6, intermittent reinforcement. This is one of the most addictive psychological tactics. It's the same principle used in gambling. Reward, then remove it. Affection, then silence. Praise, then criticism. The unpredictability creates obsession. Why it works? Your brain releases more dopamine when rewards are unpredictable. You start chasing the good version of them. You think, if I just try harder, they'll go back to how they were. But that version was part of the hook. Protection strategy: look at consistency, not intensity. Healthy relationships are stable, not roller coasters. Trick number 7, mirroring and false similarity. Manipulators often mirror you. Same hobbies, same opinions, same values. It feels like, wow, we're so alike. But sometimes it's strategic. Mirroring builds instant trust. Why it works? We naturally like people who are similar to us. It activates familiarity bias. But over time, inconsistencies appear, and by then, emotional attachment has formed. Protection strategy: notice if similarities feel exaggerated. Watch for sudden personality shifts. Real compatibility reveals itself slowly. Why dark psychology works? All these tactics exploit basic human needs: need for love, need for belonging, need for safety, need for validation, fear of abandonment. Dark psychology doesn't create new weaknesses, it exploits natural human wiring. And the scary part? Most manipulators don't look evil. They look charming, confident, attractive, successful, which is why awareness is your strongest weapon. Signs you're being psychologically manipulated. If you constantly feel confused, guilty, anxious, emotionally drained, afraid to speak honestly, that's not normal. That's a signal. Healthy relationships bring clarity. Manipulation creates chaos. 5 ways to protect yourself from mind control tactics. 1. Strengthen self-awareness. Know your values. Know your boundaries. Know your emotional triggers. Manipulation works best on unexamined insecurities. 2. Slow down decisions. Manipulators create urgency. Decide now. This is your only chance. Don't think too much. Pause. Time weakens manipulation. 3. Watch actions over words. Words are cheap. Patterns reveal truth. Consistency reveals character. 4. Maintain outside perspectives. Trusted friends, family, mentors. If someone discourages outside opinions, that's a warning. 5. Build emotional independence. The more emotionally secure you are, the harder you are to control. Confidence is manipulation-proof armor. Final message. Dark psychology isn't about villains in movies. It's about subtle influence in everyday life. Not everyone who uses these tactics is consciously evil, but unconscious manipulation is still manipulation. The goal of this video is not to make you paranoid, it's to make you aware. Because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. And once you understand how psychological control works, you become harder to control.